Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Bear with me while I find my... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm sure people are watching that video over again. And a lot of people probably have some comments. And it's okay. But I wanted you guys to know, seriously, what that man just said in that video was straight up fire. Now, what's going on, Gianni? Yeah, we back. I wanted to just do a follow-up on what you guys just heard. Because seriously, I mean, I could sit here and explain things piece by piece by piece by piece. But me getting the heat from every single craft, it's you know, oh, you truck driver, you don't know what's going on. You're right, I don't know what's going on. I was the same one to say that they were going to have a 10-year plan and no one believed it. But now we're going through it and now everybody's upset. So what do we do at this point? You know, I would love to know if anybody, and I just basically opened up the forum because people were going back and forth so that they're able to live chat around the country. You guys, you know, y'all the backbone of this. Y'all supposed to make this happen. You know, I could sit here and pass on information. Initially, that's what I used to do. Pass on information on how to get on with the post office. Now we're just trying to fight for our jobs to make sure that our jobs are safe. As you clearly heard in that last video, my man was talking about the clerks. He was talking about the truck drivers. He's talking about the carriers. He's talking about the rural carriers. Even his man was even talking about the maintenance men and the janitors. So here we are. And there is no real solution from me or you or whatever the case is, so long as we stay divided. We're not here to stay divided. We're here to try to come up with a resolution. Now, we can never speak about striking for whatever reason, because that's something that was put in as a clause, which makes it seems to make the union kind of weak, in my opinion. But, you know, I don't know how we have a union and we can't strike. Yeah, exactly. We have to come together, one band, one sound. As a route carrier, now I'm second guessing doing this. All unions on their own mission. Where is our collective mission? We used to have a collective mission. Move mail. That was the collective mission. You know, it was drivers bring mail to the stops, and, you know, everything worked coinciding together. But now it's just all falling apart. It's all falling apart. It's like, you know, united we stand, divided we fall. And we are definitely divided. You know, I can talk my smack about clerks. I got clerks in my family. I can talk smack about carriers. I got carriers in my family. So, you know, I got truck drivers in my family too. Everything I say, just so you guys know, everything I say is to put the pressure so that we do better. The whole thing is I'm picking on anybody. You know, and a lot of the information I get is directly from my ex-wife, my fiance, whoever. You know, everybody passes on information to me. You guys pass me information. I get emails daily from everybody giving me new information. Trucking companies going out of business, clerks closing down. That's something that, you know, I really didn't even want to describe. But, you know, when I spoke to such and such, they were telling me about how they plan on reorganizing the actual stations, you know, with all the people that are getting comfortable in their positions. They said people are getting so comfortable in positions at a station, they're going to sit there and just dissect everyone's bid so that nobody has issues, and then repost the bids, make everybody rebid over. So, you know, the ones that say, I will never do dispatch. I will never throw parcels. I'm only a window clerk. I'll never do, etc. That's how they're making and meshing everything back together again. Me personally, I think it helps. But at the same time, if you bid on window clerk, and that is your job duties for window clerk, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Window clerk work. If you bid on distribution, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Mail handling, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Mail handlers handle the mail. You know, I have plenty of chat groups with different people around the country. And I noticed that I'm talking to a truck driver over in Texas, and I'm talking to a truck driver in Philadelphia. And one is saying, you touch your mail? And the other one's like, yeah, I load my mail. I load and offload it. I load and offload my mail. Now, 50 miles from me, they don't touch their mail. Mail handlers move the mail. They get on the truck and they pull the mail off. So things are not unified nationwide. And if it continues to stay, it's a contract, one contract. Mail handlers' contract is nationwide. They have a couple of different stipulations, but why are mail handlers offloading mail at this facility but not that facility? Technically, when I start offloading a truck, I'm doing mail handlers' work. They could be filing grievances on that. When I'm going to pick up the mail to put on my truck, mail handlers work. Some want to do it, some don't want to do it, some just accept it. Just like, the guy just said, people are just accepting. We keep pushing it, we accept it. Now, I got a buddy that works with me. He said, oh man, the more you do, the more they're going to keep pushing. And I agree. My thing is just to get the mail out because we looking bad all the way around the box. We really are. But let me read some of these comments, so just bear with me. Is he going to privatize it? I hope he doesn't. I don't think that's a thing. He wants to privatize it, I'm guessing. 24 hours at my plant in New Jersey, quitting left and right, calling out, not showing up to work. I think that was part of his plan. If you sit there and squeeze somebody enough, they going to quit. That's where his whole mindset of accessing is, starve somebody. Now, my place, they're hiring more truck drivers, which blows my mind. I saw that today, hiring more truck drivers, and we don't have enough routes for them. So they're going to bring in me. I'm 25 years driving trucks, and I'm going to go from off the road making great money to go work at the post office because I think it's great, but you only going to put me on for 24 hours? I'm a grown-ass man, dog. What am I going to do with 24 hours of work? But they do the strangest things here so that we won't get overtime. I'm doing a route today, and I say, hey, man, somebody called out. You going to call somebody else in? They say, no, we're not calling anybody else in. Well, why not? There's a whole extra route today, man. Well, no, we can dissolve that run and split it up with the drivers. Oh, so you want to give each driver extra work because you don't want to pay the overtime to one person. Yeah, that's kind of how they squeezing us. It's, and I'm at fault for it too because I just go along with them. Yeah, I got to make some money. But that's nationwide people doing it. I never said I was perfect in this situation. I push back too much. I got too many eyes on me right now. Everywhere I turn, somebody, hey, you that guy, right? Back when the mask was on, people couldn't tell who I am. Now it's bad. Yeah, you still have to get 8 hours if you're career, but if you're not career, you PTF, they don't have to, man, 24 hours for the week. These guys be playing that game, and right now they trying to squeeze the people out. You give people that are accustomed to being this, and you add one extra stop to that person, they lose their damn mind. I see it every day. Every time I get sent back out, I just go get it done. No attitude. Why? Because it's part of the job. Not going to complain as people. Yeah, exactly. 16-man switch to custodians in my plant. Everybody going for custodians. Everybody. Jay applied for one as well. Sure did. I've been driving trucks way too long. I want to push a broom. Sure do. Clean some garbage. I'll be sitting there whistling like my homeboy on the golf cart. I mean, it seemed like they're the safest ones at this point. But just like that gentleman said, not even they are safe. Because if they take people from all these stations, what's there to clean? Situation right now, I suffered an on-the-job injury. I was placed on light duty by my now being denied work. CCA. I don't know how that works with the non-career, but I believe, somebody else in here can chime in, if you are injured off the job or you have, you placed on light duty, they have to find some type of duty for you, even if you come in just casing mail. I think that's what they have to do. They have a robot clean, yeah? They clean the robots too. These guys getting paid. These guys coming in with vacuums, and that's what they do. They clean the robots. They clean the machines. and they getting paid something like $30 an hour to use a shop vac. That's where it's at right there. Less stress. I'm not telling anybody quit their job, because I believe after the storm, there's going to be some sunlight. My opinion. I haven't been through this yet. I'm riding this out with you guys. You feel me? I'm riding this out. And no matter how y'all feel about how I deliver my message, just understand, I'm going through the same thing with you. Same thing. I ain't getting no overtime. It's like dealing with a whole bunch of adults in high school all over. Yeah, this is true. No, they don't. They can say they don't have to work for you. Hey, y'all. Hi, Miss P. 19 years old. I've been in CCA for less than 100. I'm chilling. That's because you got all that energy. At 19 years old, you got all that energy. If everyone's off, where's there to clean? True. Ain't got nothing to clean. I'm trying to read and do this at the same time. Y'all bear with me. Pays to know your job and know your right. Jason, boy, you hit the damn nail on the head. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated. Make yourself valuable and always keep your options open. Exactly. Boy, I wish I might use that in my next video. That's a whole video right there. Value. For the ones that whine and cry and, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. You show what you can do initially. Hey, man, I'll run circles around everybody. This is the value right here. You eliminate me. Yeah, you can replace me with a body, but you're not going to replace that work ethic, period. That's pretty much what I try to instill in the people that watch me. I just want to know when they're going to eliminate table 2. Well, no problem getting my 40. Slow the trucks down and everything stops. It starts with the drivers standing up. Oh, man. I wish that the drivers would do that, but that's a hard one. If truck drivers don't show up to work, y'all ain't got no work, period. That's it. I think there was one day, I think there was probably half of our crew called out. It was pure mayhem. They called in contractors. It was rough. Wear my reading glasses at I would get up, but I'm in my underwear, so no, can't do that right now. That's why they're hiring people that don't want to work. It's true. When people get hired and they think it's an easy job, nah, man. They giving us all a bad name. People don't want to work. They give more work to other people. You got 2 bodies sitting there, but only one, there's 3 of us here, but only one of us is working. Somebody gets overloaded with work and then they get stressed out. Then you know what? Man, you gave me freaking 3 people's worth of work. I'm calling out tomorrow. And then I screw my whole Postal family. United like our name. Yeah, United Postal Service. They won't let you come in the case either? Yeah, you need to talk to your union. They have to. This is to get some return. Yeah. The retirees to quit. Well, they ain't going to quit. I believe a lot of the retirees are just going to start retiring early, which I believe they should. I'm getting 20 in and that's it. I'm out. I'm not sticking around. 80% CCA turnover. Our resident trainer has to take a break. You know what's crazy is that regardless of all the crafts, the carriers always seem to have lots of work. They always have lots of work. They're out there. They're busting up. There's never a week that a CCA or a carrier can say, I can't get overtime, because the carriers always have work. I don't know how much. Am I blurring over there? Excessive hiring carrier craft as well. Carriers also being affected. Then where are hours? I don't know. Is this blurring up? Because I'm looking. Is it blurring? Can somebody tell me? Plans have too many people thinking I have a week or more a month in seniority. Don't do this as some 204Bs. Main problem, play favoritism. 204Bs. Yeah. The mic is cutting out. Uh-oh. How about now? No drug testing. No drug testing unless you're a tractor trailer operator. And that's all I'll say about that. The audio is going in and out. All right, so all right. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, damn mic. Can you hear me now? Now it's gonna have a major echo. What happened to the e-reassignments? Are they open jobs to MHAs converting to regulars? I don't know if that's how that works. Reassignment means that you are currently in a position. I'm a truck driver, I'm a career truck driver. I want to be a career carrier. That's a reassignment of job duties. Or I want to, reassign myself to a different area. It was better before. Jesus Christ. Someone said my mic was bad. Now it's saying it's, can you guys hear me? Do I need to move it closer? Oh boy. Let's see what we can do here. That any better? Some people hear me, some people don't. Now you gotta see my ugly face. Postal president? Hell no. You can hear me a little bit. Y'all messing around. Probably. That's worse. Eric, come on, man. Don't kill me. Audio was better before with the mic. Y'all killing me, man. Let's see. Let's see. I've spoken to my union president and said, oh, man. How about now? That good? Audio check. Check. Can you hear me? Good. Alrighty then. But seriously, all you guys are in this room, all you guys are postal workers, well, 90% of you guys are postal workers. What do you guys, Chris? Oh, you guys don't even know what Jay got in clean. Yo, my guys, Jay got it coming down the pipe for those that keep asking about the postal hats, babe. Real talk. Jay got it right here. I don't know if it's going to show up. Uh-oh, that's the wrong picture. There it is. Woo-hoo-hoo. Y'all don't see it. There it is. Jay's got them in the works right now. And look what's on the back of them. Everybody Irish. Yes. They coming to a theater near you soon. I got my peoples making them. Woo. There it is. Nonetheless, y'all, everybody's here. And y'all need to figure out how you guys gonna come together. Seriously. You guys gotta come together. There's enough of them. Enough of us. I mean, I reach enough people. I think that, we can come up with some type of resolution, at least not to argue with each other. Jay's gonna talk his shit. That's just kind of what I do. But there's no ill intentions behind it. But I think that honestly, we really need to figure out a way that we can come and approach our unions, because I asked my union guy about this whole thing before when I first introduced it to you guys, and said, hey, what's up with this change that's coming? And my union guy said he didn't know at the time. And it kind of blows my mind, because I'm like, yeah, you got to know something. He's like, well, I ain't hear nothing yet. And then I'm like, well, I'm just a worker. How do I hear things? And you didn't hear it yet. And then you hear it later on. Then they say, oh, there's nothing to worry about. But then I keep reading, because that's kind of what I do. And I, nobody seems to know. I mean, this one man out of New York, I mean, he just blew everybody out the box. And I totally respect his words and his approach, because he damn angry. Pushing back. Ugh. How do we push back? Your opinion. Need to start pushing back and stand our ground, yeah. No mail today. I had 1 hour pivot. Woo. The union is kind of getting weak. I mean, I got my opinion about what the good things they do and the bad things they do. They kind of are lawyers, and a lot of people don't really care for Miss K's vulgarity, but she said it from before. When everybody was picking at her before and was like, she's just crazy. How you a union rep and you talking that smack? Yo, she was telling it what it was. She's telling it like it is. You know, how unions are in bed with with management. And that's not, you know, that sounds rough, but they cannot agree to move forward with a 10-year plan. They cannot push a 10-year plan forward unless union heads okayed it. They can't. So it's not like DeJoy says out the blue, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Well, our unions have to say, well, how are you planning on doing this? And unless the union says, okay, we'll accept it, then, you know, where do we come from with that? Where do we come from with that? I have to get my glasses. Bear with me. No, y'all don't disappear. I gotta get my glasses. I can't see worth a damn. All right. Yeah. Now I can see. A little foggy. Don't laugh at me either. All right. Driving 208 miles for an orientation? Put your bottoms on the mic is horrible. My bottoms on the mic? What are you talking about? All upcoming has been signed off by the unions. Yes, that's exactly it. So the unions have to accept everything that's going on. Everyone has had to accept it. So even though the rural carriers are fighting for this paper to get reevaluated, they kind of knew it was coming down the pipe. Was good, Los with the hoodie. The same way that they got it pushed back 2 weeks. The only difference that it's gonna make is some people are gonna say, hey, you know, it progressed, it got a little bit better, but most of the people are gonna stay the same. I got a comment from somebody. If your route jumped up from 42K to 45K, you would not be complaining. We were all given paperwork to read. No, we were not trained, but if you're responsible, then you should have read the paperwork given to us on 2021. Take your L respectfully. That was one. Other one says the decision makers are not local. You hear that? They're not local. And the only info that they have available are the reports, the data. All the vehicle mileage and the usage, scans, processing machine time, clock rings, etc. are sent to whomever to analyze the balance, the routes, the vehicle needs, personal requirements, etc. Do what they pay you to do. You're on the clock. Show them that they need you and the equipment and the time. That makes sense. That makes sense. So if you're doing what you need to do, then they really can't eliminate you or eliminate your time, because that's the main thing with the rural carriers. You know, they shaved time off of their routes. And, you know, I could talk my trash and say, hey, you know, they deserve it. Nobody deserves to get money cut. That's number one. But at the same time, that man is a businessman. He's saying, hey, how am I paying you 10 hours every day, 50 hours a week to do a job, but you're doing it in 40 hours? I can't just give you 10 hours. And that's his mindset. That's not Jay's mindset. I mean, actually it is. If it was my business, I wouldn't be giving money away for free. And the rural carriers in response was like, hey man, we're told to rush. We were told in our contract that we're supposed to get all the work done under time. If we get it under time, you know, that's on us. But if we go over the time, they're not paying us for it. And I understand that as well. But Every station I go to, and you know what? Matter of fact, tomorrow, when I go to a station that does only rural carriers, I'll take a picture of the parking lot. All of the LLVs will be back that they take for the rural routes. They'll be back at like 2:30 in the afternoon. The only day that they're out late is on Mondays and maybe Fridays. But the remainder of the time, they're back. They're early. While the carriers themselves are still out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. And rural routes were made initially to take care of the routes that were outside of the cities. Early, every day since last week, yeah, the rural carriers are pretty vexed. I spoke to a few of them the other day at the station. They're extremely vexed, and they have all right to be. But a few of them, they went up in their time. Not all of them. I'm going to come at 5:30 when I start. All right, so what did I miss? If you get reimbursed for orientation travel. I'm not sure. I don't mind shaving time, but adding an extra work day is bogus. Yeah, that is kind of whack. In Chicago, why even has supervisor customer service job just popped up as an opening? I don't see much info on them. Supervisor customer service job. That's at a station. It's they had to post it externally. More than likely, they're gonna hire somebody from within. They'll probably have a 204B that moves up to a manager or a supervisor. That's probably the most ridiculous job. You stay on the phone arguing with customers all day about where their mail is. You had to be absolute to get an increase in time as a rural carrier. Yeah. Where is all the mail? Shit, tell me where all the mail is. Miss K took a picture of the dock. I'm like, where is the mail at? We are definitely losing mail. And what's happening, I notice one day a week on Saturdays, we're sending all of our mail, instead of keeping it in the PNDC, they're sending it to a different facility to process. And I'm saying, man, all that stuff is leaving. All the stations are leaving this facility that can process it to go to another facility. So the other facility, my stepdaughter works at, she's getting all this mail. But my facility, all our people end up going home early. They're not calling overtime for them. It doesn't make sense to me. And I can't pinpoint what the purpose is yet. But when I figure that out with my place, then it'll make more sense nationwide. Trying to change our place from a PNDC to a SNDC, sorting and delivery center. It's weird. He is delaying it. I don't think he's technically delaying it. So if you guys didn't know, I'm sure you guys figured it out. A few months ago, I was working in the office. I was learning a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, so that I, kind of educated myself. And they did take a lot of, we call it air to surface. And if you work at the plants, you know what air to surface is. So a lot of the mail that goes from surface to air, then air back to surface. They took a lot of the air out of it, so it's just surface now. So something that would normally take 2 days, like the man was describing, is now going only surface. It's just going in trucks to another truck to another truck. It may go in the air for a little while just to get to a certain area, and then back to more trucks to distribute. So that's definitely slowing the mail down. Regardless of mail being slowed down in transit, there's still supposed to be mail. You know what I mean? If I send this, it'll get there eventually. And if people continue to send this every single day, it'll get there eventually. It'll just stagger in there. But for some reason, I'm not seeing as much mail. I pick up decent amount of mail in the evening from stations, but usually it's just a Monday that's overwhelming, and maybe some Wednesdays. But the mail volume isn't there like it used to be. I don't know if the public is losing faith in us because of the delays and the slow down process. Miss P just told me that they're raising the rates again in June, which people are gonna be like, you want me to pay more money for you guys to move things slower? It doesn't make sense. And again, it's about this man saving money or making money to try to buy more machines, either to replace us or do something. But if you look at other major carriers, such as FedEx, I spoke about them in one of my videos about 2 years ago, and FedEx is now merging with itself. So all the different areas of FedEx is actually merging. FedEx Ground, FedEx Freight, FedEx, they're all merging. So it's under one corporation now. And they didn't do that before. UPS has always been one. And Amazon is doing something with their self to continue on. Remember, we were delivering Walmart stuff. We were delivering more Amazon stuff. We were delivering they deliver UPS parcels as well. We deliver everybody's thing, but now everybody's picking up. Amazon's got their own vans now, so they're delivering a lot of their own stuff. It's just spreading slowly. So that's taking away some of their volume. FedEx, I don't know if they lose faith in us too. Nonetheless, this is just a conversation piece. I'm just reading the stuff that you guys are writing. This is not good about the union has to accept. The union is accepting it without the will of the people. It's like a voting thing. You know, I don't know why. You vote your people in, and you vote your shop steward, your president or whatever. And if they're not doing the will that you believe, you vote them out, if anybody even wants to run for that. But I think that there's so much corruption in it, it's hard to know who to trust at this point. Again, the unions do have great value, but if you have no job, what's their value worth to you? You know what I mean? And again, this is not to scare anybody and say, hey, you're going to lose your job. I firmly believe job duties will change substantially. That's the overall picture. Job duties will change. A lot of the people that have been there a long time will resign. And that's pretty much what I've been saying. That's what I've been reading. Can't keep FedEx and Amazon out of the mailboxes on your route. Good. Take off the do-rag. Stop hiding the baldy. Come on, dog. Why you gotta be like that, David? I ain't shave it off. Did I shave it? You know what? How about that? Are you happy? I made David happy. David, you better clap. I don't ship a ton nowadays. When I ship my packages mostly through UPS, they're cheaper for the most part. It did not used to be like that, especially the heavier packages. Liberator. Yeah. UPS drops their stuff off to post office as well. RCAs have to wait for rural carriers to die or retire. That's wild. Will duties change as well? No. So anything that's underneath the clerk's craft, clerks will do it. Now, they may enhance your job description according to your bid. Again, if my job is to do simply truck driving and I'm doing 3 stations a day, they may add 3 stations and a store to pick up. So they're going to add more to it. They're gonna say, hey, this is what you do. The station can't pick it up anymore. We're going to add that to your route and then try to fit it into 8 hours. So they're going to try and get the most from me. Will carriers be affected? I don't think carriers will be affected, but I think carriers will eventually get more work because, again, with the EVs, the electric vehicles, and right after this, I'm going to post a picture. Matter of fact, I might be able to do it now, right? No, I don't know if I could. I'll post a picture of what the new EV sizes on the inside and outside, the length, etc. Now that makes a big difference. So if they're going to take these EVs and replace the LOVs, that means you'll be able to do your job faster because you don't have to go back to the station. Instead of you sitting there trying to squeeze all this stuff in the side and back of your LLV, you'll be able to use the shelves and everything and get out of there all in one shot. Now, you don't have to go back. You're not wasting 30 minutes going back, reloading more stuff. Everything's going in one shot. You're leaving in one shot. Y'all gonna be tearing up some branches and all kind of stuff. I don't know how that's gonna work. Big ass windshields on them. But, again, what do I know? I'm a truck driver. Will CCAs convert to PTF? That might happen. I believe that will. It's part of their contract. You eventually convert, I think. MH in Los Angeles applying for a machine just past 955 test. Yeah, that's it. Conversion anytime soon? Not sure yet. What would Louis DeJoy planning next? Anything that has to do with this post office, anything USPS. The second he puts something out there, I'm going to read it and I'm going to talk to you guys about it. I don't know what's up the sleeve yet. Have they done these type of changes before? Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely, these changes. That's a good question. Have they done these changes before? We used to deliver mail on horses. Need I say more? So, I mean, horses and trains. They used to have clerks working off of trains. Okay? That's where the whole Pony Express came from. That's how America was built. Pretty much off of us. That's how the word of the new president being elected was transferred to the West Coast, because we didn't have telephones. It was carried by mail. Postal workers. True fact. Look it up. So clerks did everything by hand before the machines, right? Then all of a sudden the machines started coming in. All these robots there's so much that has changed. Yes, this change has happened before. We just work with it. How many routes can fit in your facility? What do you mean routes or stations? I think we have 56 stations, I think. I run my route, my Jeep Wrangler. Glorified bidding rights. They're always misthrows. The more vets retire faster. Part-time forever. I was PTF. I was PTF for 3 years? 2 years? Something like that. Part-time flexible. Get everything regular without a route. Benefits TSP. Yes. I liked being a PTF, honestly. And in case you guys didn't know, when I first started these videos, I was a PSE. Everybody was like, oh, I was with the post office a long time, but I was a PSE. Yes, PSE, truck driver for a long time. I watched people become career before me. People that I helped get in. It didn't bother me one bit. Just so you know. So while people sitting there crying about this, I'm like, man, my route fucked up. But you know what? I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on going. Then I turned PTF. And I liked it because my pay seemed like it kept blowing up more and more and more. And when you hit career, I was like, where did my money go? Yeah. So that's some food for you guys. Heard first class and small brother is changing this year. Possibly. Are you delivering to the new S&DCs? No, I am not there yet. I hear they were supposed to be building one in my area. You want a state with lower cost of living like Texas. What do I become after my first year? Acclimated with the post office. Very aggravated. After your first year, which funds do you recommend for TSP? I am not a financial advisor, but I do have a video that talks about that, so check that out. I just found part where you make regularly transferred or whenever to the bits. Okay. Same with me. Which funds? I was RCA 6 years. Hey, wouldn't doubt it. That's any job. Can you buy back your CCA time? You know, they said they were going to do that, but they never did. They never did. Buy back any CCA time. All that time wasted. Before these new contracts, PSEs could be PSEs for 5-6 years. CCAs could be forever. But then they did this whole 2-year max. Buy back CCA time, what? So if you work as a CCA for 2 years, technically you're not a career employee. Your time starts as career once you convert to PTF or career employee. So all of your service to the post office, that's when you start your actual time. So if you work for the post office from 2015 and didn't become PTF till 2020, Those 5 years are just there, just for you to make money. Now, 2020 is when you first started your career as a Postal Service employee. And 20 years, yeah, that's when you actually, from that point on, is when you can count your years towards your retirement. Let's see. Free labor, horrible. Not free because you're paying for it. They're cracking down on clock rings. Yeah, they clock there. Depends on where you work. Clock rings should be simple. Get in, get out, get the hell out of there. What's the difference between an RCA associate and an RCA assistant? I think they're the same thing. Don't have that long. Yeah, well, you didn't have that long. I was a PSC for 3 years. Think about that. Going back to pay for working Sunday. Yeah, looking nice. Yeah, I may have 20 good years left. I'm only doing 20 full years. That's another thing. At 20 years as a postal employee, they give you some type of perk to retire after 20 years of service, regardless of your age. Something like they give you I'd like to say it's a stipend or something. Every month, it's supposed to be to help you with your health insurance every month, but the money is there for you to use how you like. Ask somebody in human resources for the exact details about that. I just heard about it because I'm trying to get the hell out of here as well. Is a time limit for PTF? No, I don't think so. PTF, basically, you're there until a route opens up. So I have people that came from a different state. I have a guy that's there with 26 years. He was career. He came down to my plant as a PTF truck driver. He was a career truck driver up there. Came down and went down to PTF. Kind of happens, but his pay rate is ridiculous right now, so it doesn't matter. All right, I made MH in 2 days. Made career until 3 months later. I am a new hired CCA. What should I expect since you have family inside the postal? Family inside the... William Jordan, check out my videos about what carriers do. That's too much to explain right now, but definitely will give you information that is vital to you. You think they'll ever get rid of table 2 for pay? I can't say. I don't know what these people doing. You know who would know? The unions. They would negotiate that. A sinking ship is a sinking ship. I don't think we're sinking though. I think we're just, you know, they just transforming. How long you been at Mark Wilson? Okay. Rural carriers started 21 something, not 26. Rural carriers average nationwide, the actual rural carrier average, and this is according to the post office data. The average rural carrier makes approximately $26.08 an hour. That's average out of the 120,000 rural carriers nationwide. Bunch of PTF, like overtime, appreciate you. So do you have an IG or email? Email is usually in my video description. It's the first thing in my video description. I don't have Instagram. The old ways are sinking. Does pay go up after you convert or become PTF? Yes, your pay does go up when you become PTF. Really don't have clock rings. Step 1, Jay. 22 years rural care. I'm counting my until retirement. Well, there's a lot of questions. Are we losing focus here? We're supposed to be trying to get unified here. Unified. So what happens tomorrow? What happens tomorrow when you guys see your union reps? What happens when you work next to your fellow brothers and sisters? When you go, because not every one of you guys, not everybody that you work with has seen that video that I just posted. What happens when you walk next to them and say, hey, yo, I want you to check this video out. Now, how do we approach our union? Or you show your union rep and say, hey, what's up? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Did you talk to the president? What is the president going to do? Where are we going with this? And I didn't vote you in for you to say you don't know. I'd like some answers. That's really the first step. I'd like some answers. You guys are taking our money every 2 weeks faithfully out of our checks. I would simply like some answers. Where am I going to be in a year? Where am I going to be in 2 years? I want to know that the union is fighting for us. And if you're not fighting for us, then you're against us. And that's not what I signed up for the union for, and that's not what I signed up to be in the post office for. And that's not really, badgering a union rep, but they're there to represent you. You just want some answers. And enough people come together and ask your union reps to get some information from the union pres, then you actually might finally start moving your feet. But there's 213 people watching right now. This is going to be a hard one. How many of you guys go to your union meetings? How many? If you go to your union members faithfully, your meetings faithfully, raise your hand. I've been to one union meeting. That includes me. Just one. Since 2011. One. That's it. I'm part of the problem too. But if we're not there and our faces are not being seen by the president while he's talking, and when he start talking like, yo, my guy, hold on a second, bit. That's not the answer. You talking around everything I need to know. You going here, there, and there. Just give me a direct answer. Please tell me why they putting a robot in here or taking a robot out and the clerks are not going to be here. Tell me why they're putting this big robot inside of my station. How many of us clerks are going to lose our job? Tell me. You guys understand? But looking at some dude with a bald head on the screen ain't going to help you. If you sit in front of your president or your vice president at those union and do it consistently, we have time for everything else. But the more you show your face, it'll shock them. If they're accustomed, like when our whole MVS department showed up there, they were like, oh, wow, there's a lot of people here. Yeah, because we wanted some answers. But if you go there and they're accustomed to only 20 people being there, and one day there's 70, 80, 90, you know how uncomfortable the president would feel if he has to look 90 people in the face that he hasn't seen, but he knows he getting money from? Not him, but they getting paid to do a job. That would make them uncomfortable. That would force them to give you some answers. Because I can't give you answers. I can read all day, but I can't give you answers. I can sit here and make assumptions. I can read. I can talk to all the supervisors. I can talk to all my coworkers. I can talk to you, and you all around the country and get bits and pieces, put the data together and say, okay, this is what's happening. But that ain't helping y'all. The people that can help you are sitting there. Right around from where you guys are. So if you can't raise your hand and say you've been to one, get a couple of your, if each of you got one person and showed up to one of those union meetings and start asking some questions, maybe there may be a snowball effect. And maybe things would start. Hey, tell me about what's going on at this meeting that they having up in Washington, D.C. Tell me why we voted not to change this and this and this, but it's changing. Why? They're not supposed to do things unless we agree to it, right? Am I not right? So if somebody didn't agree to this, why is it happening? Oh, so they did agree to it. Oh, but we didn't want that. So why did they do something against the will of the people that they're serving? Something ain't right. That part. Oh man, Jesus. Whew. What'd I miss? All right, y'all realize he's talking about what we're supposed to do as the people. We actually control the gun. It's not the other way around, no question. Read that they're watching on your homes, make it probably on lease buildings. They're gonna get closed. That part, life lessons. That's true. So his plan, I don't know if I even addressed this. It's like one of the main things. If you work in a building that's leased, that don't belong to the government, he trying to get rid of that. And he's gonna. Annexes and all that other stuff, he gonna get rid of them. That's where he's doing that whole building of the mega centers. Doesn't make sense to have a post office in a storefront or in a mall. Doesn't make sense. He wants to get rid of giving away money. He wants to buy a building and then generate money from there. I understand that, but that also means that people will get uncomfortable. We as a French word. We have 2 tables. It do hit different when the president's starting and 90 people. Yes, that's right. 90 people that pay him. You got 90 people sitting in front of him. Yo, my guy, what's really popping, bitch? Tell me. That's my New York stuff right there. Yo, my guy, what's popping, bitch? Tell me what's really popping, man. Now, I don't want to hear you don't know or you're going to get back to me. We here. You guys have union meetings to pass on information. I want to know what's really going on. And their job is to tell you what's going on. Good, bad, and ugly. And that's where you press your unions. If you're paying your union dues, you have the right to press your unions. I think it's smart to consolidate too. To a degree. Small offices start upselling and try to get your revenue up. Pretty much. So here's another thing. When DeJoy was at this supervisors meeting, in case you guys didn't know, and you can ask any supervisor that any of you guys are cool with, because I'm not making this up. DeJoy was very clear when he said, his words, I've been under federal investigation, numerous federal investigations for 5-6 years. Do you think I'm worried about some unions? Those are his words. This man was under federal investigation for all the stuff with Trump and all that stuff back in the days, and still is to this day. His words were, do you think I'm worried about some unions? That's at the supervisors meeting. You know where it's coming from. Did I freeze up? We frozen? Am I frozen? Am I frozen? The Joy can listen all he want. I respect him as a logistics man. But, too much going on. They're trying to stop this media. Did I freeze? Yeah, they're trying to get the old timers to quit. Am I frozen? Tell me no. Did I freeze up? All right, cool. So yeah, that's a key too. They're trying to get the old timers to quit. I mean, I made this joke a while ago, in the world, in the way, and yeah, it kind of is. I want you guys to go and look at your Amazon delivery person. It's not no 40, 50, 60-year-old person delivering your Amazon. Not happening. Not happening. 40, 50, 60 years old delivering nothing. But we have 50, 60, 70 years old people delivering our mail. They're in the way. You know why they're in the way? For you CCAs? Because you can't move until they retire. You can't move up till they retire. You'll be stuck in PTF until that one person lets go of that route. The people that are PSEs that turn PTF in your stations, and you want to be a career clerk, but you can't because Miss Mary won't retire. And Miss Mary's 72, and she walking around with a cart holding herself up. I love Miss Mary, but Miss Mary got to go home, go enjoy some of that retirement money. I understand that. Because they holding the youngins back. They holding the people that want. When did you hit top pay, Mr. J? I have never hit top pay, and I won't, because we will continue to make more money so long as the union don't screw that up. You'll always get colas. Top pay, shit. Takes too long to reach top pay. We'll always continue to get the little colas and, you know, little increments. Every time we get for the people that are listening, anytime we get a union contract agreement, we always go through the thing that we talked about a year ago, the back pay, and they always up our pay just a little bit. Every couple years, it always happens, and we'll always get more cola. So you really never top out. You never top out. So that's a good thing. But besides that, we got so much going on. But I hope that this little bit of whatever, the food that you guys are feeding each other in the video here helps each other. Because regardless of whether or not you're on West Coast, East Coast, North Coast, South Coast, we all here to try to get it done. You see me? And like I said, I will be putting out these, you know, my little merch for my homies. Gonna get some merches for the ladies as well. Got some Postal shirts and stuff. I'm gonna get one of these Postal. Y'all stay right here. I'm gonna go get one of these Postal shirts. All right, just hold on. Just hold on. I'm here. Don't disappear yet. Bam! Look at that. You see the bling in it? Oh yeah. Yeah, my homegirl, she do all that. She got all the designs. There it is. What life? I work for the post office. Yeah. Got the hats coming out. She got a whole bunch of stuff that she does. You guys will like it. She a postal worker. She do her thug dizzle. Especially the Irie hat. That's it. But that's pretty much it for me today. I just want you guys to continue this fight. Argue with me online. It's cool. We're going to continue to fuss. It's all in good fun and love. Don't cuss me out because I'm still learning like everybody else. You see me? This is I can't believe that man made me take my headscarf off. You see me? Yo, anybody you guys want any of those shirts? Yes, I love her, the F shirts. I'll get her information. Just email me and I'll get her her information to you guys. I was gonna have a whole little thing where she came and she talked and showed her stuff, but you know. All right, male escort, please. Haha. You see me? I don't care about the likes. You ain't gotta like the content. I'm just passing on some. This is what it's about, the community. Like I said, sarcasm. All right? This is JH. And we out. Love y'all. Be safe. Get my damn headscarf back on. Had my damn head shining throughout the whole damn video. Y'all got me looking foolish. Got my damn head shining. Now my head hot. Where can we get my shirt? Oh, this shirt that I'm wearing right now? The sarcasm? Somebody bought this from me because they knew. Right now, I'm amazing. Hit the like. You ain't gotta hit the like button. I ain't in this. Light hits my scalp nicely. Ha, 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 ha. Y'all be good. We out. Email me if y'all looking at these shirts. How the hell you turn this damn thing off?